Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Glacial Geek Battle Report. I am Phil, the Glacial Geek, coming to you here from Savannah Lion Games in Pooler, Georgia, in their new location. Check this out. It's actually right next to their the old store here, but a lot more space with some sweet, sweet tables now. Very excited about that. So in Savannah Lion Games, new location here in Pooler, Georgia, literally right next door. Pretty awesome. And here for a 2,000 point, oh no, 2,000 point. I had a long weekend of playing 2,000 points at a tournament, so 1,500 point battle between my Genestealer Cult and Jason's Blood Angels. So the story that we've got going on here today is that this planet had been having some disturbances. Local PDF unit had gone missing, and the Blood Angels were on patrol, searching for signs of what had happened to this PDF unit, and were looking for signs of what had happened, and they were just on patrol in this place to see what might have been going on this planet when they were struck by an ambush of the cult, which rose up out of the ground, out of nowhere, out of the shadows, to strike hard at them. They are looking to take down, they felt the presence of a powerful psyker within the ranks of the Blood Angels, and they are hell-bent on taking him down. And the Genestealer Cult have some members of the local PDF that had actually been insidious members of the cult themselves, rising up to help them with their mission here. So the Blood Angels are looking to take them down. We are doing the open war mission. So we drew the cards for deployment, have this one. So the Blood Angels are deployed in the middle here. I had both sides over on this side. The objective that we are doing is kill the courier. So my opponent chose his Blood Angels librarian, the Terminator librarian, who's inside the Leman Russ right now, as his courier, and I chose my Leman Russ as the courier.
I didn't know I had Leman Russ too.
Yeah, he didn't. Oh, did I say Leman Russ? Oh, sorry, in the Land Raider over here. And we choose, the twist was set piece battle, so we had to deploy our armies in one go as opposed to one apiece, back and forth. I actually have the lower power level, so I will have the ruse. So that is the mission, and that is the story that we're going to be playing here today. Before we go any further, though, let's show you the two armies that are going to be fighting it out. So for the Genestealer Cult, I'll be running a battalion detachment and a vanguard detachment. Leading off the battalion detachment, we have a Magos, a Primus, and an Acolyte Icon Ward. We have two Acolyte hybrid squads, one with a heavy rock saw, one with a lash whip and bone sword, and a 10-man neophyte hybrid squad with a flamer and a seismic cannon. We have a Goliath rock grinder with a clearance incinerator and a cache of demo charges. We have an armored sentinel with a las cannon and a sentinel chainsaw. We have a Colt Leman Russ with a battle cannon, las cannon, and two heavy flamers. Then for the vanguard detachment, leading it off here, we have a patriarch. We have two 4-man aberrant squads, one squad with all power picks, the other squad with all power hammers. And last but not least, we have a 20-man pure strain squad. And for the Blood Angels, he'll be running a battalion and a vanguard detachment. Leading off the battalion detachment, we have a chaplain and a Terminator librarian. We have a 5-man tactical squad and two 5-man intercessor squads. Then for the vanguard detachment, leading it off here, we have the Sanguinious. We have a 10-man death company squad with 5 hand flamers, 4 bolt guns, a power sword, a thunder hammer, a power fist. We have a sanguinary ancient. We have a 6-man sanguinary guard squad, all with power fists. 2 have plasma pistols, and 4 have inferno pistols. And last but not least, we have a Land Raider Crusader. All right, so going over deployment for the Cult here, I've got my armored sentinel over here, looking at his units from back over here. I've got my Leman Russ on the side here, my 10-man neophyte hybrid squad over here. I've got my Magos on the board here. I've got my rock grinder. Inside of there is my Acolyte squad with the heavy rock saw and the Acolyte Icon Ward. He has the icon of the Cult Ascendant with him, which gives +1 strength to any unit within 6 inches of him. Then I've got the other 5-man Acolyte Hybrid Squad over here. And Deep Strike Reserve, or in Cult Ambush, I should say, I have my 20-man Pure Strain Squad, I've got my Patriarch, I've got the 2 Aberrants, and I've got the Primus. So it did change up my list a bit, change up how I deployed things because of the new big FAQ saying that you have to have half your power level as well as half your units on the table. So it meant that my Magos, who would normally be dropping down with the rest of them, can't do it. He's going to be on the ground here, hoping that he doesn't get popped turn 1. So we'll see what happens. It does change things a bit. In the future, it might mean that I have to change up how I make my list a bit, because I didn't really consider it too much until I was getting ready to deploy things. So interesting little thing there. So still getting to go first turn with Cult Ambush is great, but it still means that it's changed a bit. So we get nerfed a little bit, not quite as much as most other people. So going over deployment now for the Blood Angels. He's got a 5-man squad of Intercessors over here. He's got a 5-man squad of Tactical Marines up here. Got a 5-man squad of Intercessors here, and he's got his Leman Russ inside of the Leman Russ. I said it again. Inside of the Land Raider Crusader. Inside of the Land Raider Crusader, he has his 10-man Death Company squad. He's got the Chaplain, and he's got the Terminator Librarian. So they're all inside of there. Comfy and cozy, safe from claws for now. And in Deep Strike Reserve, he has the Sanguinor, the 6-man Sanguinary Guard Squad, and the Sanguinary Ancient. So that is deployment. As of right now, the Blood Angels will be going first, unless I can seize the initiative. Show me that Phil face. No, I do not. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Blood Angels here on turn 1. All right, so movement phase for the Blood Angels. His Intercessors here moved up. His Land Raider, he spent a command point on Lucifer pattern engines, which allows him to move an additional, increases his movement speed of vehicles by 6 inches. So he moved all the way up here with his Leman Russ. Everyone else stayed inside there. Leman Russ, Land Raider. Why am I doing this? I've run way more Land Raiders than I've run Leman Russes, and for whatever reason, I've got Leman Russ in the brain because I've got one. God, what is up with that? Anyway, so the Land Raider, everyone stayed inside there, and he moved up over here. Now I'm wondering if I put the army. It's too late now to do anything because, I mean, I'm lazy like that. But I wonder if my army list, if I had said, I'm pretty sure I said Land Raider Crusader instead of Leman Russ Crusader. That would be funny if I didn't. Anyway, so his Land Raider Crusader moved up here. And then his tactical squad moved into the bushes over here, and his Intercessor squad moved up over there. So that is it for the movement phase for the Blood Angels here on turn 1. So we will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so starting off the shooting phase, his Land Raider Crusader is going to fire into my neophytes over here. So he's in rapid fire range because of that ability to move the 6 inches there. So he's going to be within 12. So he's going to have 24 shots from the Hurricane Bolters, and then he's going to have 12 shots from the Assault Cannon. So just to show something which is kind of cool, this last weekend I was in a tournament, the Barnyard Brawl up in Greenville, South Carolina, and I actually won the top Dark Angel list at the tournament, which was awesome. And they gave us a cool dice rolling box, which is awesome, lined here from hammerheadgames.net. No, not an ad, so no hashtag ad. Just thought it was cool. Won it. Felt like showing off this sweet dice rolling box. So we're gonna have him here. So we're gonna start off with the Hurricane Bolters firing into here, right?
Yeah, they'll shoot there, and the assault cannon.
Oh, and the assault cannon is actually going to go into my acolytes over there.
Because he's not into the way,
he is too close.
Take out your
saws and we're going over there. So we're going to start with the Hurricane Bolters into my neophytes over here. So we're going to have 24 shots hitting on 3s. All right, we'll come back to you with that. All right, so these are going to be wounding on 3s. All right, we'll come back to you with that. All right, there were 17 wounds, pretty brutal. So there's 3 guys here that are out of cover over here. So we're gonna roll to see what happens to them first. So we've got 5 up saves from them, and I make 1 of them. So that's 2 that are gonna be dead. Then we'll roll again 1 at a time until he's dead. And he's dead. So that is that. We'll come back to you with the other saves. And the rest of these are gonna have a +1 to the save, so they're gonna be 4 ups. All right, failing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. So I made a grand total of 4 saves on all those. Yeah, they are wiped. And now the assault cannon is firing into my neophyte squad, acolyte squad over here. So it's 12 shots, hitting on 3s. All right, all but 2 hits. Pretty good on that one. And then these are going to be strength 6. So 1 second. All right, so these are T3, so they're going to be wounding on 2s. So failing 2 of those. So we've got 8 wounds over here. AP -1. So it's going to be +1 because of cover. So looking for 5 ups. Making 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. That's pretty good. So I failed 4. So 1 guy's still alive. All right, so now his tactical squad's going to fire into the lone acolyte that's left over here. So we've got 9 shots and it's all but 1's in rapid fire range. Hitting on 3s. All right. And these are now strength 4, looking for 3s to wound. All right, getting 3 wounds. 3 4-up saves since they're in cover. Since he's in cover. And ooh! I'm going to spend a command point to reroll that. Nope, still failed it. Bwomp, bwomp. So now his intercessors here are going to fire into my rock grinder. So 5 shots, hitting on 3s. All but 1 hit. These are now strength 4, toughness 7, so looking for 5s to wound. Getting 1 wound. AP -1, so it's going to be a 5-up save. Whoa. Yeah, and finally making a save. Woo! And now this 5-man intercessor squad is going to fire into my Leman Russ. So 5 shots, hitting on 3s, wounding on 6s, getting 2 wounds. AP -1, so we've got 2 4-ups. And make 1, fail 1. All right, so that is it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, his tactical squad here is going to charge into my rock grinder. So I'm going to fire Overwatch. I've got my clearance incinerator, which will be D6 auto hits. Getting 5 hits, pretty good. I'll take that. Strength 5, so wounding on 3s. Getting 3 wounds here. AP -1, +1 because they're in cover, so 3 3-ups. Failing 1, so 1 Marine is dead. Then we have the heavy stubber. It's going to fire on 6s. No, nothing there. So, so now he will be charging in. He needs a 7-inch charge to get in. And he makes it in. All right, so now the squad is going to start us off in the fight phase into here. So we've got, is it 5 attacks? Is the sergeant still there? Yep, sergeant's there. So 5 attacks hitting on 3s. All right, so that's all but 1 hit. Toughness 7, so looking for 5s to wound.
4s with.
Oh, 4s to wound because of the red thirst. Getting 2 wounds. Good thing they red thirst. AP nothing, so looking for 4-up saves. Making 1, failing 1, and then I've got a 6-up rugged construction, ignoring wounds. No, so that goes through. All right, so now my rock grinder is going to attack back. I've got 6 attacks, hitting on 5s. Getting 3 hits, pretty good there. I'll take that. These are now going to be strength +3, so strength 8, AP -2, so wounding on 2s. Getting 3 wounds, AP -2, so looking for 5-up saves. Making 1, so 2 more are dead. All right, and that is it for the Blood Angels turn here on turn 1. So we are going to, we have 1 morale test to take over here. They lost 3, so 3 plus 4 is 7. They are good. No, 4 is 7. They're good to go. 3 plus 4, they're good. Yeah. Yeah, no, they're good. Yeah, you got leadership 8 with the sergeant there. So they're good to go. They're fine. That is it for the turn. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Genestealer Cult here on turn 1. Movement phase for the Genestealer Cult here on turn 1. My rock grinder, the squads inside disembarked, moving up over this way. Then he fell back out of combat with them. My pure strains dropped in over here, rolling a actually originally rolling a 2, spending a command point. I came in with the Patriarch, then re-rolling and getting a 5, so that they got to go there. They're within 4. They rolled a 4, he rolled a 5, so they've got a 5-inch charge to get in over there. My Primus came in with my Hammer Aberrants, rolling 3d6, spent the command point to roll 3d6. rolled like a 4, a 1, and a 2. So I re-rolled because of the Primus' ability and got a 5 there. They only moved 1 inch closer. He moved 5 inches closer over here. Then my aberrants over here with the picks, I rolled a 2 with them, chose this table edge and this table edge, rolled off, got this table edge, so they are 9 inches away from the intercessors over here. My scouts, my armored sentinels stood still, so did my Leman Russ, and so did my Magus. And that is it for the movement phase for the Genestealer Cult. We'll come back to you with the psychic phase. So, when I deployed the unit, he declared Auspex scan from these guys into my hammer bros over here. So we're going to have 10 shots hitting on 4s because it's -1 to hit. All right. So getting a bunch of hits there. Half there, which is pretty good, which is exactly statistical. Strength 4, toughness 4, looking for 4s to wound. Getting 1 wound, AP -1. So looking for a 5 up. Making it with a fill phase. Woo! Starting off the psychic phase, my Magos is going to cast mass hypnosis onto his land raider over here. So looking for a 7. Getting it with a 10. I'll take that. And then my Patriarch's going to cast Might from Beyond onto my Pure Strains over there. Again, looking for a 7. Getting it with an 11. Ooh, I'll take that. All right, so now starting off the shooting phase here, my Acolyte Icon Ward and the Acolytes are going to fire their pistols into his tactical squad over here. So we got 6 attacks between 6 shots between them, hitting on 4s. All right, pretty good. Getting 5 hits, wounding on 5s, getting 1 wound, AP nothing, so 1 3-up save. Oh no, 1 dead tactical marine. My Magos is going to shoot into him because why not? Because he's going to roll a 1, that's why not. Blomp, blomp. My Primus is going to shoot into the intercessors with his needle pistol, so hitting on a 2. Or hitting on a 3, 5 there. So that's a hit. Wounding on a 2 because it always wounds on a 2. Okay, of course. All right, so my armored sentinel is now going to shoot into his land raider over here. I totally didn't call it a Leman Russ again when I was telling my opponent what I was going to do. Just kidding, I totally did. So here we go with the last cannon, hitting on a 4 because he didn't move. That is, yep, definitely not a 4. And now my Leman Russ, I almost called it a land raider. My Leman Russ over here is going to shoot into his land raider over there. So we're going to start with the las cannon first, so hitting on a 4. That is not a hit. And now the battle cannon is going to shoot, because of grinded advance, it's going to be 2d6 shots. Getting, ooh man, 9 shots. All right, so that's 9 shots, hitting on 4s. Okay, not doing super great there. So that's 3 hits, strength 8, wounding on 4s. So that is 1 wound, AP -2. So looking for a 4 up. And fails that, so it's D3 wounds. 1 wound. All right, and that is it for the shooting phase. So into the assault phase, my Pure Strains here are going to charge into his Leman Russ over here. So looking for a 5-inch charge since they moved closer 4 inches with the Cold Ambush. Ooh, I'm going to spend a command point to re-roll that 1.
What? No. No. Oh, man. Your command point.
Ooh. All right, so now the aberrants here are going to charge into there, needing an 8-inch charge since they got 1 closer. Oh yeah, now I get a 10. Now these aberrants are going to charge into his intercessors over here. They are in rapid fire range, so they're going to fire Overwatch 10 shots, hitting on 6s, getting 1 hit. That is a wound. AP -1. That is not a save, so taking 1 wound. And now I need a 9-inch charge to get in. Making it in. Wow. And now my Patriarch is going to charge into his land raider over there. Getting in. All right, my Acolyte Icon Ward is going to charge into the Leman Russ.
Leman Russ, huh?
Leman Russ, the land raider. And he makes it. And now my Acolytes are going to charge into the land raider as well. They are also making it. All right, starting out the fight phase, my aberrants over here are going to start first against his intercessors over there. So we're going to have 2 attacks each, so it's going to be 8 attacks, hitting on 3s. Pretty good. So that is going to be 6 hits. These are now strength 5, so wounding on 3s, because these are the ones with the picks. All right, I am going to... No, I'm going to hold off on that. So that's going to be 5 wounds, AP minus 2. So these are going to be, one second. All right, AP minus 2, so 5 up saves, making 4 of them. Oh, man, 1 D3 wounds. All right, at least it kills 1 guy. All right, so now my other aberrants are going to attack into his land raider over here. So they've got the hammers. They are within 6 inches of the acolyte icon ward, who has the icon of the cult ascendant, which gives them +1 strength. So their strength is now 6, and then the hammer multiplies it by 2. Because the way it works out is you still do multiply. You multiply first, then you add. But they've said that you figure out the strength before you work in any war gear. So their strength becomes +1, which means their strength is 6. Then you multiply, then you use any war gear. So if your war gear is strength +2, you do an additional +2. But in this case, it's strength times 2 with the hammers. So they're going to be strength 12. And these are going to be 8 attacks, because it's 2 attacks each. Hitting on 3s, because it's 3+ weapon skill. -1 because of the unwieldy hammers, +1 because they're within 6 inches of the Primus there. So looking for 3s. Pretty good. All right. So these are now going to be, like I said, strength 12. So wounding on 3s. All right. So that is going to be 4 wounds. And I'm going to spend, if we're going to do with 4 wounds. So that's 4 wounds, AP minus 3. So 4 5-up saves. Getting 1, so that is 9 damage onto him. And now my Patriarch is going to attack in there. He's got 6 attacks, hitting on 2s. All right, failing those 3. So 3 hits, wounding on 5s, because he also gets +1 strength, which would make him up to strength 7, but that's toughness 8. So looking for 5s, re-rolling failed wound rolls because of his massive claws, so it's 2 wounds, but the 6 is special. 1 second. All right, so the 6 goes straight through because it's AP minus 6, doing 3 damage, so he's down to 3 wounds. This one is at AP minus 3, so looking for a 5-up. And he makes it. All right, so now my Acolyte Hybrid Squad is going to attack into the Lehman Russ. I said it again, Land Raider over there. So we're going to start with the Rock Saw, Heavy Rock Saw. So he's going to have 2 attacks. These are going to be hitting on 3s. All right, so that's 1 hit. It's going to be strength times 2. So his strength is going to be bumped up to a 5. So it's going to be strength 10. Wounding on a 3. That is a wound. AP minus 3. Oh, AP minus 4. So a 6-up save. No, goes through. So that is 2 damage. All right, now the rest of the Acolytes are going to attack in. They've got 2 attacks each, except for the leader who has 3. These are going to be hitting on 3s. Alrighty. So these are 5 hits. They've got strength +1 because of the icon of the cult ascendant, making them strength 5. So these are going to be wounding on 5s. All right, so getting 1 wound. This is going to be AP minus 4, so it's going to be a strength. It's going to be a 6-up save. If he fails it, he dies. Let's find out. Oh no! Who does that to me? Ow! All right, so now the cultist knives are going to attack in there, hitting on 3s, wounding on 5s, getting 1 wound, AP nothing, so 2-up save. So the Rending Claw on the 6 doesn't get to go. He's going to spend a command point reroll on that one. No, of course, and he gets the 6. Oh man, that would have been hilarious if a cultist knife was the one that finally made him blow up. And now my Acolyte Icon Ward is going to attack into him. So I got 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. All right, that's 2 hits. Wounding on 5s, because he also gets +1 strength because of his banner. Getting 1 6, that's AP minus 4. So here we go. 6-up save. Don't do it again. No, with a 5. And he dies. Does he explode? No, he does not. All right, so that is the result there. It is gone. One guy twisted an ankle as he fell out there and died. He took it off of one of the Death Company guys, as opposed to, I said, why not his librarian? Just take him there and kill his carrier, his courier there. But no, he didn't want to do that.
Was a tournament,
yeah, if it was a tournament, he wanted to deny me points, he would have just taken it out there. But yeah, so they disembarked over there. Everyone else, except for the one guy that twisted an ankle, is good. So now we're going to move over here to his intercessors, who are going to attack into my aberrants. So they've got 9 attacks over there between them, hitting on 3s. Hitting on 2s. Oh no, hitting on 3s. It's the wounds that's going to be wounding
so
on.
I have a for a weapon skill.
Yeah, weapon skill 2 now. So hitting on 3s, but wounding on. They'd be toughness 4, so it would normally be wounded on 4s, but wounding on 3s since I charged him this turn. Didn't make a difference anyway. So that's 4 wounds that go in there. So we have 4 5-up saves. Making one of them, so that is going to be 2 guys dead actually. And that is it for the Genestealer Cult turn here on turn 1. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Blood Angels here on turn 2. All right, movement for the Blood Angels here on turn 2. His intercessor stayed in combat over here. His librarian and Death Company moved around this direction. His chaplain jumped up over this way. These intercessors moved up over this direction. His tactical marine is moving up over this way. In from Deep Strike Reserve came the Sanguinor and the Ancient over here, 9 inches away from my Lehman Russ, and 9 inches away from my Pure Strains over here. I didn't say Land Raider, even though I wanted to. I also got the 6-man. He also got the 6-man Sanguinary Guard squad that dropped in 9 inches away over here and 9 inches away from him over there. So that is it for the movement phase. So we will come back to you with the shooting phase, psychic phase, because the Psyker is finally on the table. All right, starting off the psychic phase, his librarian is going to cast Unleash Rage onto his Death Company over here. So looking for a 6. Getting it with a 6, I am going to try to deny that. So looking for a 7 on this roll. And getting it with a 10, denied. And now Shield of Sanguinious onto them. Looking for a 6 as well again, right? That goes off with a 10. May as well try to deny it. Here we go. Looking for an 11. No, the up, not even close to getting that there. So they will have a 5-up invul save. All right, so starting off the shooting phase, his Death Company is going to fire into my aberrants over here. So he's got 5 hand flamers in range there, and he's got 4 bolt guns in range there. So we're going to go with the hand flamers first. These are going to be 5d6 hits, getting 16, 17, 18, 22 hits. We'll come back to that. All right, so 22 hits. Your strength 3, toughness 4, so wounding on 5s. We'll come back to you with that. All right, so it's 8 wounds. I'm going to do it 4 at a time because there's 2 guys out of cover there. So these are going to be 5-up saves, making 2 of them. So doing another 2, failing those 2, and then we've got the guys in cover there are going to have a 4-up save. And I make one of those, fail one of those. All right, so then there are 3 bolt guns left because one of the bolt gun guys did. And then the guy with the Thunderhammer is going to throw a crack grenade into them. So we've got 6 shots from bolters and then the crack grenade, which is going to be the red one. Hitting on 3s. All right, pretty good. Wounding on 4s and 3. Alrighty, getting 1 bolt gun shot there. 4-up save. He's good with a fill phase. Woo! Yeah, another squad here is going to fire his 2 plasma pistols into my Magus over there. So they're going to be shooting, hitting on 2s, or is it 3s? He's got 4. So he's going to supercharge here. So hitting on 3s, both hits. Strength 8, wounded on 2s. That is 1 wound. AP -3. Which, yeah, even if in cover there, he is not going to take it. So he takes 2 wounds. Intercessor is going to fire into my into the acolytes over here. So here we go. These are going to be hitting on 4s, wounding on hitting on 3s. Sorry, my God, I don't know where my brain's at. All right, these are going to be wounding on 3s as well. Yeah, Lehman Russ is everywhere. I'm seeing Lehman Russes everywhere. Oh man, maybe maybe the Black Rage is taking me over here, and I'm starting to see Leman Russ. Maybe when I'm saying Leman Russ, I'm talking about the Primarch, not the tanks. So maybe I've got like some kind of weird like Space Wolf Black Rage, where I've seen, instead of like the Death Company, who I imagine just see a bunch of horses. Yeah, the many horses. I'm seeing many Leman Russes. That's what it is. I'm the Lion. I've got the Lion's Black Rage, where I'm just looking to get a sucker punch in on all of the Leman Russes that I'm seeing everywhere. All right, so these are going to be wounding on 3s. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wounds. AP -1, so we've got 6 6-up saves. Fail all of them, but they are in range of the Icon Ward there, which gives them 6-up ignoring wounds. Getting 1, 2, so that means 1 is still alive. Holy cow. And then he's going to fire the bolt gun into my last guy over there with the rock saw. This is going to be hitting on 3s. All right, 2 hits, wounding on 3s. No wounds. Now the librarian's going to shoot his Stormbolter into him over here. 4 shots hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s, getting 2 wounds, 2 5-up saves, making 1, failing 1, 6-up, ignoring wounds from the Icon. Yeah, with the fill phase! Woo! And now the Sanguinary Ancient's going to fire his Angelus Bolt Gun into my Aberrants over there. So 2 shots hitting on, not ones. All right, the Sanguinor gets to some reroll hit rolls even in shooting. So here we go. That is sort of better. All right, that is a wound.
-1.
AP -1, +1 because it didn't cover. 5-up save. No, failed that. All right, they're actually within 6 inches of the Icon Ward, so getting to roll to see if that gets taken away on a 6-up. No, he still did. And now the Intercessors here are going to fire into those Aberrants with their pistols, hitting on 3s. Getting 1 hit, wounding on a 4. That is not a wound. All right, so that is it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, the Sanguinor is going to start us off by charging into my Pure Strains over here. So he is going to spend, what is it, 2 command points? Yep. 2 command points for on Wings of Fires. Do you get 1 back because of the Veritas Vitae?
I'm going to try to get
He's going to try to get back? No, does not get it back, so he's down to 1 command point at this point. He is going to roll 3d6, though, for this charge. So 3d6 looking for 9 inches between it. Oh, and he is in. All right, so now the Death Company are going to charge into my Primus, my Pure Strains, and my Aberrant. I'm going to Overwatch and into my Patriarch over there. So I'm going to roll Overwatch with the Primus here. That's cocked. Hey, with a fill face, that's 1 hit. Wounding on a 2. All right, their charge distance. Yeah, that's going to get him in. Now the Chaplain's going to charge into my Patriarch over here. He is in. The Ancient's going to charge into my Genestealers over here. Looking for 9-inch charge. Not getting it in. And now his Sanguinary Guard are going to charge into my Leman Russ. So I will fire Overwatch. Go with the last cannon first on a 6. Nope. And then we've got D6 shot, heavy D6 shots from the Battle Cannon. Getting 2 shots.
You don't get grinding advance?
No, grind advance is in the shooting phase. So, yeah, so 2 shots hitting on 6s. Not getting any of them. Adds up to 6. Doesn't mean nothing. So here we go. They need a 9-inch charge to get in. Oh, and they're in. That's killer. The Intercessors are going to charge into my Acolyte here and my Acolyte Icon Ward. So Overwatch. Not getting any hits there. Their charge distance is totally in. And now the Tactical Marine's going to charge into my Rock Grind over here. So Clearance Incinerator. Getting 3 hits. Wounding on 3s. Getting 3 wounds. AP -1, so 3 4-ups. Oh, and he is dead. All right, so starting out the fight phase, his Death Company is going to attack into my Pure Strains over here. So he has 6 guys with chain swords. He has 1 guy with a power sword. He's got 1 guy with a thunderhammer and 1 guy with a power fist. So we're going to go with the chain swords first. They have base 2 attacks. +1 when they charge because of Visions of Sanguinious or whatever it is, their Death Company.
Yeah,
because they're Death Company. They also get +1 because they're in range of the Sanguinor, and they get +1 because of the chainsword. So all of those chainsword guys are going to have 5 attacks each. So you're looking at 30 attacks coming in from them. These are going to be hitting on 3s with rerolls because of the Chaplain over there. So 3s, We'll come back to you with that. Reroll because of the chaplain. All right, pretty good. So he has a total of 3 misses, so 27 hits. All right, and they are strength 4, toughness 4. So wounding on 4s normally, but because of red thirst, they're going to be wounding on 3s. All right, we'll come back to you with that. So that is 18 wounds. So we have 18 5-up invul saves. Oh, so I only make 1, 2, 3 of them?
At least you'll get the film.
Oh, man. 1 second. All right, so 2 of them are in range of the Acolyte Icon Ward over there. So 2 6-up ignoring wounds. Not making either of them. So that is going to be 12, 15 dead Genestealers. All right, so now the Power Fist, the Power Sword, and the Thunder Hammer are going to go in. So we've got sword, hammer, fist. So the gold and the black are going to be hitting on, they're going to be hitting on 4s because they're unwieldy, and the reds are going to be hitting on 3s. All right, we'll come back to you with that. All right, re-rolling 1s and 2s on the fist, right? On the fist. So getting 1 more. Oh, no more hits because that's right, on 4s. All right, so blacks and golds are going to be wounding on 2s. The red are going to be wounding on 3s because of the red thirst. All right, we'll come back to you with that. All right, so there was 5 wounds in there. Some of them were hammers and fists, but there's only 1 wound models each, so we got 5 5-up invul saves. Making none of those, and they are all wiped. All right, so now my Patriarch is going to interrupt and spend 2 command points to attack into his chaplain over here. So I've got 6 attacks hitting on 2s. All right, so that is all hits here. Strength is now strength 7. Strength 7 because of the +1 with the Cult Ascendant there. So these are going to be wounding on 3s. Rerolling failed wounds because of his claws. All right, those were not meant to be. So we got 2 6s that are at AP -6, 3 damage, and 2 that are at AP -3. So we're gonna do 2 and 2 because these are just 3 damage straight. These are D3 damage.
Okay.
So here we go. So we're gonna do the 2 6s first. Looking for 4-up Rosaria saves, making both of them, and then on to the other D3 ones here. 4-up Rosaria saves. Oh, failing 1. So D3 wounds. 3 wounds with a fill phase. All right, now the chaplain here is going to attack into my Patriarch. So he's going to have 3 attacks hitting on 3s, re-rolling because of him being himself. So here we go. All right, he's actually weapon skill 2. I forgot. So re-rolling, but he doesn't make that one. So he's got 2 hits. These are strength 6 because it's strength +2 or strength. Oh, +1. So it's going to be strength 5. Crusader, yeah, it's there. So it's strength +1, so it's going to be strength 5. So these are going to be wounding on 4s. 3s because of red thirst. Getting 1 wound, AP -1. So he's going to have a 5-up save. Failed that one, so straight 2 damage. So he's got his Warlord trait, which is on a 6-up. He ignores wounds. Making 1 of those, and then I've got this. 1 second. All right, so even though he's within 6 inches there of the icon bearer, would normally give him a 6-up ignoring wounds because he had it from his Warlord trait. They no longer stack where you can't use both of them at the same time. So now you can only use the one. You have to choose one or not after the latest FAQ. So made 1, failed 1. He takes 1 wound. All right, so now his intercessors over here are going to activate. 4 of them are going to go into my icon ward. 1 of them is going to go into my acolyte. So we're going to go the 1 into the acolyte, hitting on 3s. That's 2 hits. Wounding on 2s. That's 2 wounds. 2 5-up saves. Failed them both. 6-up ignoring wounds because of the icon ward. And nope, failed those. He is dead. And now the 4 guys attacking into here, they're going to have 9 attacks coming in here. Hitting on, I think you need more dice to hit here. 1 second. All right, so you still got 2 more attacks that get to go in there.
Yeah, there's 2.
All right, so that is going to be 4 hits. Re-rolling because of the chaplain over there. All right, so that is another 2 hits there. So that's going to be 6 hits. These are going to be wounding on 3s. Getting wounding on 2s because of red thirst. So that's 4 wounds. 4 5-up saves. making 3 of them.
Nice.
And then 6 up, ignoring wounds because of himself. Yeah, with the fill phase. Woo! All right, so now his Sanguinary Guard are going to attack into my Leman Russ over here. It's actual Leman Russ, not some Land Raider Leman Russ. They are within 6 inches of the Sanguinor, which means they get +1 attack. So we're going to have 18 attacks coming in here from them. So hitting on 3s.
Yep, rerolling.
Rerolling 1. Oh, no, on 4s because of that. Rerolling 1s and 2s. Because of being within 6 inches of the Sanguinor.
You should hope that he's a Land Raider strong.
Yeah, I wish he was Land. Well, he's got the same toughness as a Land Raider, so I'll take that. So here we go. Yeah, not the same wounds. So this is now again hitting on 4s. Rerolls here. All right, so another 4 hits, which is pretty good. These are now going to be Strength 8, Toughness 8. So looking for 4s to wound, they become 3s to wound because of Red Thirst. Alrighty.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
So 9.
-3 saves.
9 wounds there. -3. So we got 9. 6 up saves. Let's see if I can make this. It's not looking great, but who knows? Let's see. Show me those fill faces. Making, ooh, getting a bunch. 3 of them. So that's 1/3 make it saved there. So that's going to be 9. It's going to have 6, I should say, 6 D3 damage. Oh boy. Roll out. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. Oh yeah, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12. Kills it. See if he explodes just because of fun there. Oh, he does. D3 mortal wounds into them. One mortal wound, so only 1 of them will take a wound. And into the Sanguinor, yeah, because of 2 wounds into the Sanguinor over there. Yeah, so that's good. But, yeah, he did, which means that, ladies and gentlemen, is how this game ends, with a Blood Angels victory, taking out the rogue PDF elements that have turned on the Emperor over here. That was a brutal game. But that was a ton of fun, and oh man, Death Company, that was incredible what they were doing.
That's turn 2.
That was just turn 2, and the Death Company came in and just slaughtered my Genestealers over here, and that was insane, but a ton of fun and super cool to see that go on. They just slaughtered him. I don't know if I would have been able to even pull it out for the rest of the game here, because he's got me pretty well locked in combat over here, and I mean, that's what he wants to do. So my guys would have had to keep going. I might have been able to start moving him around, possibly over here, but it was not looking good for me. So even if this squad, I'd originally had to hope to have those neophytes back here to try to screen off against him being deep struck over in this part, but obviously I didn't screen off enough to save him over here, because he got back in over here. And well, I guess I did screen enough until he just like myrtleated my guys. So yeah, with the Land Raider there. So yeah, a ton of fun and a brutal game. All those Leman Russes on the table. Every Leman Russ died on the table. All 2 of them. I mean, 1 of them. So I had a blast. I hope you guys have all enjoyed it. I certainly have. I have been Phil the Glacial Geek as always. And until next time. Oh, my opponent's been Jason. I forgot that with Reed, and I apologize for that with Reed. I'm not going to forget it again. I've been Phil the Glacial Geek as always. My opponent's been Jason, and until next time, have fun.